I've always had a passion for being around and learning about animals. When I was younger, going to zoos and animal parks was always a part of my life. I wanted to share my passion with family and friends, so I started working with people that loved animals as much as I did, and my YouTube channel was born. Welcome back to my animal education series. Today I'm here with Maura. Hello.
Hi!
What do you have behind us?
This is Gracie and Thor. So Thor's the one on the top platform up here kind of looking at us, and Gracie is the one who is very, very comfortable on the bottom platform kind of all stretched out. And these two girls are 15-year-old Bengals.
Where can you find these tigers in the wild?
They would be in the southern region of Asia, so more of the India kind of region over there.
And since this is a rescue sanctuary, how do these tigers come here?
They come from all different locations. So some of our cats used to be backyard pets, others from the cub petting operations. Gracie and Thor came from a roadside facility where they basically had a drive-through zoo kind of going on, so you could see the animals all the time. Not necessarily the best situation for them, so that's why they were rescued and brought here.
So how did you start out caring for these guys once you brought them here?
Once they got here, we definitely upped their diets. Gracie and Thor were very, very thin when we first got them, so we made sure they got all the nutrition that they needed, that they had ample space to kind of run and explore, and just made sure that they were mentally stimulated with all of their enrichment, making sure they're comfortable and kind of living in peace.
What kind of enrichment do you give them?
All different kinds of things. So cats are actually very sensory-based animals. They really like different smells. So one of the things we'll do is we'll sprinkle spices around the yards in the morning. So we'll do cinnamon or nutmeg, and we'll sprinkle that on the platforms or on different barrels or tubes or anything like that, and they really tend to like the different smells. So that's just one of the forms of enrichment we do for them.
What do you feed them to give them the right diet?
They'll get all kinds of raw meat. They are strictly carnivores, so they will eat about 14 pounds of meat each a day here. So Gracie and Thor tend to be a little bit pickier when it comes to their diet. So Thor actually really likes sausage, any kind of different sausage we can find her or get donated to us. And Gracie really loves chicken, so she'll eat a lot of chicken.
And what will these tigers eat in the wild?
They would naturally eat more of smaller prey, so like wild pigs or wild birds, that sort of thing. Basically anything they can get.
So you have multiple kinds of tigers here, so how do you tell the difference between the two?
There is a little bit different of ways to tell them apart. Size is one of the good ways to tell them apart. Siberians are one of the larger subspecies. Bengals tend to be relatively smaller. Another way you can tell them apart is their striping. So Gracie and Thor have these nice oval stripes to them, whereas their neighbor Izzy over here has these thin little stripes. So the oval stripes is more Bengal, and the thin little stripes is more Siberian.
What kind of adaptations do these tigers have to survive in the wild?
They have really good balance, actually. So their tails help with their balance as well as their whiskers. And Thor actually has the longest whiskers of any of our cats here, which is kind of interesting. Another kind of fun fact about whiskers is they do shed them, just like we shed hair. So we'll find those most mornings while we're cleaning the yards too.
And why do these tigers have such a large pool?
Tigers are actually really good swimmers. They're really strong swimmers. So we give all of our cats pools just to make sure that they stay cool as well, obviously too, in the summer, which they all do like to take a dip every once in a while.
And why are there two tigers in this enclosure? Because you were explaining before this that they're very solitary animals.
Yes, tigers are solitary animals. They like to have their own space. They like to live on their own. These two girls, Gracie and Thor, have their special bond. They are sisters. They are 15 years old, so they've been together their whole lives, so we just couldn't separate them.
And how does them being together affect each other? Like, do they get stressed out sometimes, or?
Like all siblings, they do kind of get into some sibling spats every once in a while. They don't always get along. We do have a separate outdoor holding area that we use strictly for vet procedures and vet visits. And if they need a little bit of space from each other, we can give them the space, but most of the time they do really love to stay in the same enclosure with each other.
How long do these tigers live?
In captivity, it can be anywhere from 20 to 25 years, but that's because we give them regular vet checkups. So, and then they also will get their regular diets here. In the wild, it's obviously a lot less because they don't get those things, so about 10 to 16 years. So Gracie and Thor are actually kind of in their upper senior years, being 15 right now.
Wow. And let's go take a look at the Siberian tigers.
Okay.
So what are some of the differences again?
The striping is definitely the main difference you will see between Izzy here and then Gracie and Thor. Gracie and Thor have more of the squished oval stripes, whereas Izzy has these thin little Siberian stripes. So we can take a look at him. He might even talk to us a little bit.
And thank you so much for telling us about the differences between the tigers and all the information about the Bengal tigers.
No problem. Thanks for coming out today.
Absolutely. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this week's episode, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up down below, subscribe to my channel, and also check out my Instagram @kosherik. As always, I'll see you next week.